Hello everyone. My name's Ian and I run a small one-man comic shop in a semi-rural village of Cromford in Derbyshire in the UK. I'm about to move within the next month. I'm going to be moving to a larger premises in Wirksworth. So yeah, that's quite exciting. Keep your eye on my stuff. I thought today what I would do is something a little bit different. I'm going to show you two items from my personal collection, and for the first time, and I apologise in advance, I'm going to be putting this on TikTok, but I'll also put it on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page, Dalek Zen's Facebook page. So what I'm going to show you today are two items that kind of disprove that all really valuable comics are American in nature. Certainly that's the case generally. There are some exceptions, but really, you know, if you're going to looking for the like multi-million-dollar comics, then they tend to date from the golden age, which is the sort of 30s and 40s, and they tend to be things like the first appearance of Captain America or Wonder Woman or Batman or Superman. That's where the really valuable comics are. Into the Silver Age, which is the 60s, really you get a lot of massive key issues from that time that are really valuable. First appearance of Spider-Man, First Fantastic Four, Avengers, all that sort of stuff, that all happens in the 60s. And then even into the modern era, a lot of the valuable comics date from, come from the US, and things like the first appearance of Deadpool, for example, or Walking Dead #1 is a valuable modern era American comic. However, there are some comics that are not American in nature that are still worth quite a lot of money, and I have two of these personally. So I'm going to show you them and tell you a little bit about them. The first one I'm going to show you is a classic, is Deadline #1. Deadline #1 was published in 1988 by Deadline Publications Limited. It was a popular comic in the UK and ran for 71 issues and ended in 1995. This is one of the most valuable British modern era comics. This is a particularly nice copy. It's very much, both of these comics are very much kind of counterculture, slightly subversive in nature. And this one, the reason it's so valuable is that it sees the first appearance of Tank Girl. And Tank Girl, of course, was created by Alan Martin and Jamie Hewlett. And there was a movie in 1995 based on the character. But I have read that Margot Robbie's production company has acquired the rights. So we may very well see another Tank Girl movie come out in the future. Anyway, in the US market currently, this comic in low grade is worth $110, in mid-grade is worth $550, and in high grade is worth $1,200. So that, my friends, is a valuable modern era British key issue. The second one I'm going to show you is not quite as valuable, but I love this. This is Warrior #1. Published in 1982 by Quality Communications. It ran for 62 issues until 1985. And this is very much considered another British key issue. It's another very subversive comic, and it sees the first appearance of V for Vendetta, Marvel Man, and a very early appearance of Axel Pressbutton, who you can see here, who I won't talk about too much, but if you want to read something totally bonkers, Axel Pressbutton is hilarious. However, this comic sees the very first printing of V for Vendetta, and V for Vendetta, of course, was created by David Lloyd and Alan Moore. It's a highly politically charged comic strip, and there was a film in 2005 starring Natalie Portman. The original printing of this was never finished, although the character appears in nearly every single issue of Warrior. Due to legal complications regarding Marvel Man, we'll come on to that in a sec, the comic ended rather abruptly. However, DC did pick it up, reprinted the material that had been printed in here in an American comic book format, and finished the series. So to actually pick up the entire story in first print, you're going to need to get the DC printing of this. But the most affordable way would be to pick it up in a straight paperback, which you should be able to find quite affordably. And it's a classic if you've never read it. It also features the first, or rather the return, of Marvel Man. And Marvel Man was initially a British superhero, golden age superhero, obviously titled Marvel Man, which when they brought it back did raise some issues with Marvel Comics. And sadly, I do believe it led to a legal wrangle that brought this comic to an end. However, that comic strip was created by Alan Moore, Gary Leach, and later by Alan Davis, and is also a classic if you want to read it. This comic in the US market currently, in low grade, is worth $100, in mid grade is worth $335, and in high grade, as in a near mint copy, this one isn't quite near mint, it's worth $1,100 US. So there you go. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If there is anything that I can do for you, do please feel free to comment. I do a YouTube channel called Cromford Collector's Corner, and I am on Facebook as Dalek Zen, who is my wooden shed-built Dalek who sits outside my shop. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Thanks so much, everyone. See you later. Bye.